What we talking about today,
We were talking about why are some of the reasons people have rosters.
What do you mean?
What's a roster?
Bunch of potentials and ain't picked a choice yet.
No, man, that's an endless topic. It's shit.
You mean as far as like relationships?
Yeah, like why folks got options but they made no choice?
Because they don't want to make no choice.
That's one opinion. I mean, there's one thing.
Somebody
But elaborate on it. I forgot my medication. And do you need a water or anything, sir?
No, yeah,
First of all,
Anything else you need?
no. Either way, I should have been around.
You need another drink?
Yeah. I should be sitting in this chair instead.
There's so many reasons that why somebody could. And it's crazy.
It's so many reasons why they could or why they should.
No, why they could have so many options but ain't made a choice.
But there's also a lot of reasons why they shouldn't.
I mean, shit, I don't know why somebody would look for options and not be looking to make a choice. So I don't know any reason. If I'm looking for something and I have options, I plan on making a choice real soon. You know what I'm saying?
That's you.
Yeah.
Some people want their cake and they want to eat it too. They feel like, shit, if I can do what I want to do and then nobody say nothing about it, then why not do what I want to do?
Yeah, that depends on the person they with. You feel me?
Most definitely.
The reasons why, if that's the topic, the reasons why they would have so many options and not make a choice, I mean, there's plenty. As far as, they just ain't, they got the options, but none of the options are.
The only reason I can see somebody doing that is because they really don't want to be with nobody who they have on their roster. It's not really.
So why have them on the roster then? Why waste your time?
It was just something to do for them. Some people don't want, they're not looking for anything specific. So it's like.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah.
That's the only way that I could look at it. I don't know.
So that's the glass half empty.
I don't know why people would do that. You know.
I can give you one reason.
I don't know that shit.
Fear of commitment. Fear of how to
love fear of commitment. And it's like just like anything else. Just like like I said, I didn't say it wasn't. I just said here's one other way to look at it. Just like anything else in life, people weed out. People drop off as friends. Like everybody knows. Everybody has some type of gist of what they want, even if they don't know really what they want. They know it's something, some type of traits. So it's like if everybody has some type of potential. So if you see some type of potential in a person, you put them on the roster and see if they go towards that potential. Because everybody has potential. Are you going to use it? So everybody starts off at one spot, but that don't mean you're going to end up in that spot. We're going to have plenty of songs out there with niggas done turn their side bitches into main bitch, main hoes, or whatever the fuck they want to call them. So
I'd be like,
what are you
what's
doing?
the point?
What are you doing as the person that's making a choice? And what are you doing as the person that's part of the roster to change the narrative? Because that would be the question. Also, the way you look at it, like I told you, is like people weeding out the weak ones. I was like, if this one changes their position, and a lot of things else could change. But just like most women are bred not to put all their eggs in one basket, niggas are doing the same thing nowadays, but we call them the.
Are they bred to be like that?
Shit. Everybody talking about traditional dating, but none of these women are traditional. And part of traditional dating, these old school women knew what was going on too. Oh my bad. No, some of these old school women knew what was going on too back in the day. They knew. That's why they kept stashes. Remember the old school saying? Girl always had a little stash, a little getaway. They always put something away. The smart ones, at least. Did you have somebody in your life said that your husband could die tomorrow?
Yeah, most definitely.
Exactly. So
you gotta take care of yourself. You gotta be able and capable to take care of yourself. Most definitely. That's what he meant.
And some people
he said that in saying be capable and able to take care of yourself, because the person who you've chosen as your provider could die tomorrow. Mm-hmm. In other words, that's the reason why he said
and that's the thing, it's not even about to be that don't even have to pertain towards just financially. Because somebody could also use their resources to survive.
Yes, most definitely. Mentally, emotionally, resources.
A lot of things. So that's why I want to get out also detailing with add on what she was saying. Don't gotta be just financially. Find what you're contributing to. If what you contribute helps that man or woman, then you're doing your job. But most of us think that we are doing the job and don't really.
So you think people got rosters because they feel like ain't nobody doing it?
I ain't say everybody.
I'm not saying everybody. I'm just asking the question. Do you feel like people hold a roster because they feel like no one person is doing everything that they need?
No one person is gonna do everything anyway.
I'm not saying everything like for them. Come on now, let's think logically about what I'm saying. Let's think logically about the question that I'm asking. I'm not saying do everything for them, but I'm saying in a relationship, as far as what they're looking for, they're not finding one person and they have found what they're looking for in one person, is what I'm saying. Have found what they're looking for in one person.
Pretty much. But it needs to say that one person can't grow.
You know what I'm saying? Is that like, are you making it clear what you're looking for though?
9 times out of 10 they're not. Because 9 times out of 10 they don't even know what they're looking for.
So then you can't complain about the results you get.
That's why.
What I mean? Shit take a little work.
That's why because they don't want to put in the work.
So you just saying, so they don't want to put in the work, so they just have multiple just to make it easier on themselves.
I mean, this girl over here cook good as hell. This one over here sucked the life out of me. This one over here, she's just cool to chill with. This one over here, because niggas aren't looking for the one that has all of it. Because the one that has all of it, she's gonna take more work.
She's gonna put you on some work.
It ain't even she gonna put you on it.
That's the one that get on his nerves the most.
That's just what comes with it, with her. With the other ones, it's easy with them, cause like you already know what it is.
So
she know what it is.
A roster cover convenience.
So for you, it's the lack of chase, pretty much.
Lack of effort. Yeah.
So it's boring to you if you don't.
We're lazy. No, not for me. I'm good. I love hard work. I love the stuff that is.
No, I'm talking about like you won't entertain that because.
Nah, why? It's a waste of my time. Yeah. I might as well spend more time looking for her. Now, if I have an agreement with somebody like, hey, look, we just fucking, like, that's what I want to do. That's what you want to do. That's cool. We both know where we stand.
Somebody on your roster?
No,
she's somebody that's good at fucking you, and that's on your roster.
But the difference between what I just explained and what was said the first time is this: we have an understanding. So she knows she's not a contender. She knows she's not on the roster. It's just, guess what? I don't want a roster. You want to fuck sometime? I want to fuck sometime. I ain't got to be on your roster. I ain't got to be on mine.
Technically, that is a roster.
Exactly, because what he's saying
so what you just explained, that is a roster because that's an option.
Thank you.
You're still entertaining a waste of time because you're just getting another.
Is she an option if I'm telling her she's not an option?
It don't matter.
Because you're getting her phone up and you're entertaining her.
When you say roster, I think of this. You're telling this girl here, hey, look, we together, we gonna get down, da da da. So you're letting her know that she's an option. This girl over here, you're telling her the same thing. This girl over here, you're telling her, you're not telling her, hey, look.
You got a misunderstanding of
a roster, he's basically saying this. I don't care if you tell the girl she's not an option. The fact that you take the time out of your day, the energy out of your day, and give her any time, any energy out of your time and day is adding her to your roster. Why? Because you're entertaining her. If she's not of anything to be entertained, it's a waste of your time. Period.
To finding the person that you need.
Exactly. Because why go over there and fuck her if you're trying to work hard on finding the person that's right for you? If you working hard on looking for the person that got all the things that you need, why the fuck is you taking time out to go over there to just fuck on her?
Because
to just get a nut. You taking time out.
Because what I'm describing. Your roster. No, this is what I'm telling you. Let me explain, because this is my perspective. Obviously, y'all don't see it. If I'm going
with a general perspective of a roster.
Yeah, if I'm doing that with her, and I'm telling her she's not an option, or she's telling me I'm not an option, I'm not messing with nobody else, because she's already doing what's needed until I find somebody who has the other qualities. I'm not messing with nobody. There's no need. If I just want her for sex and she just want me for sex, that's what this is. We're not in a relationship, none of that. So to me, that's not an option. I don't have others, this and that. You feel what I'm saying? But if I have others, then they all know the position. And it's not even why? You feel what I'm saying? Like, this is just, y'all are placeholders.
But that's what
I'm your placeholder.
But that's what I'm trying to get you to understand your perspective.
What?
Because since you have her in that sex position,
what's
that is a roster. Exactly. you have her as a sex. You know she's probably at number 5, because the girls say everybody has 5. They run to the same 5 niggas. No, in actuality, that same lady that was doing that rant on that meme with the same 5 niggas she ran into, no, they have the same 5 niggas on the roster at one time. Damn near. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. When you put her as sex, well, she's number 5. She has nothing else for you. She's not your favorite. You're just hitting her up because you need a nut. There was nothing significant about it.
Does she know this?
But a nut, yeah. That's still on the roster. Because I could call you, like you said, it's easy. So I could call you and be like, yo, I'm coming through to bang that shit out real quick. Mm-hmm. Okay. You the nigga that could hit her up at 3:00 in the morning. Mm-hmm. You ain't little peewee. So that's what I'm saying. That's still a motherfucking person on your roster. Because you placed her in the position that she's in right there. Even though she's locked in that position, that's still a person that's on your roster. So what I'm telling you is, if that's all she's good for and she has no potential to grow, that's a complete waste of your time on putting her in that position anyway. Mm-hmm. Feel me? That's what I'm saying to you. So that's why I'm asking, also, I guess it's like a 2-part question. Why people have rosters and why they have people in those certain positions that are not planning to grow.
Yeah, I feel like a roster is somebody who's on that you're heading for the same goal. So a roster to me is if you have more than one woman that feels like y'all are building towards something serious. That's a real roster. A nigga with a basketball team, we all on the same team, going for the same thing. If you're not on the roster
of anything,
I can see what he's saying.
So if you're not on the roster, you're not on the team. I may associate with you, might go play ball at the park, but you ain't on the roster. You feel what I'm saying? So we're not heading towards the same goals. To me,
that just sounds like the injury.
You can have a roster.
The reserve.
But that's still a roster. That's still part of a roster. No. You're just inactive. You're just inactive.
I hear, listen, I'm saying I hear what you're saying, but the description I gave you was a team and somebody we just play ball with at the park. That's not associated with the team at all. They're not a part of the roster. No matter how much we try to make it, the whole team may go to the park and play ball and they're playing with us. That doesn't make them a part of the team. Does it? Does it? I can't hear you.
No, it doesn't. No.
Okay, then. So they're not they're not on the roster.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying.
You're going for basketball.
That's just like saying
you go for people.
That's just like saying you go to the park and these people you play against them, and you're saying that the opposing team is on your roster. Of course, they're not on your roster. because you go to the park to play against them with your team. Of course, the people at the park are not on your roster.
Mm-hmm.
So that the way you make it seem is like, but you can have a roster of anything. You can create a roster of anything. Like
I understand how you put it, but how she's saying it, how you set them up, all there is a reserve player and an inactive player. You pull them off. Sorry. You pull them off the bench when you want to. So that's still part of the roster. If you're using them for sex, if anything, sex is part of a relationship type of deal. That's swapping souls, soul ties, whatever you want to call it. It's still part of your roster because you're consistently going back. Because you ain't found one yet. So you're consistently going back to this easy nut. It's an option. That's a roster. It might not be the option that you want, but you already say you're not an option, but you're an option for me to fuck. And guess what?
That's an option for sex.
Now it's a potential. Shit, the condom could break. Now you can have a fucking baby with a non-potential in your eyes, and now you're locked in because you want to keep it. So that's what I'm saying. There's risk and consequences with having a roster also. So, and then also health-wise, and we touched on that. So it was health-wise, but you saying that you're using her for sex. There's been plenty of times where there's been babies made and motherfuckers do not get along, not like each other. How'd y'all even get to that point?
Well, I'm gonna show y'all.
That happened after the fact because along with that, when they was having sex, of course it wasn't.
In some cases,
man, please.
Some people, like I said, he has the same option. They just fucking, you don't really think of them as a relationship quality, and then they have a baby. At
some point in your life, you had to like this person to stick your dick in them, period.
Yes, I didn't disagree.
That's what I'm saying.
You could like how they look. You could like how they look. That's what I'm saying. It's different. You could like how they look. Oh, her walk mean. I bet she could ride some dick. Or her damn lips are soft and big.
But my thing is, you had to like something about
attribute
her
that's just
for
an
you to
attraction.
go up.
Yeah, that's an attraction. That's not the actual person.
And you have to continuously. I mean, you have to like something for you to continuously go back and get the same thing, even if it is just the look.
Now after
even
you going
if it
back,
is just the ass.
Now after you go
even
back,
if it is
like
whatever it is, it's that one thing that keep you liking her, to keep you coming the fuck back. You like it. The fuck, you like it. That's why you keep coming back.
I get you.
Pussy though.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
even if it is just the pussy, you like it.
But I was gonna say a second ago that it was.
I can't say that
We're
because
talking
you didn't know what the pussy was like until you started hollering at it.
Nah, but once you started
He said what made
like
me
I
come
said,
back.
maybe
once you started hollering at her and then you have the like you got back that you didn't hit, now the only thing left is the pussy. Like that's it.
There's no other substance that follows along with it. So yeah, I can understand.
So okay, who like men's sex drive be like heightened when we're younger. Women's sex drive be like heightened when they're older. So niggas like to fuck a lot. Like it's cool. If we can fuck and you don't cause no headaches, you ain't stressing me out, why wouldn't I come back? Because everything else I deal with may be nothing but stress.
What you were saying, like
well, I was gonna say a second ago that we speaking on different levels though. Like the options that I'm talking about is different than what y'all talking about. Everything that y'all talked about has been sex. For me, an option is really something that I can marry.
I didn't say nothing about it.
No, I'm saying we can talk about sex.
I said it doesn't have to be
so
financially. It doesn't have, like I was thinking on other terms too. So I just like find a way to support the person that you want to.
So anything other than that, whether people agree with it or not, to me is not an option for me. I know plenty of folks that you might, plenty of folks you may say what's up to, but that ain't your friend. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's the same thing with anything else too. That doesn't make you an option just because you fucking. Because that's the basis.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying to you. It might not.
To y'all.
It might not. But also, it might not. I get you. But that's what I said. With action comes consequences sometimes. So that's why I'm like, you having a sexual act with this person and they are nowhere to your level that you want to keep them. Why don't you roster?
I mean,
and why would you be afraid to just drop them?
Each person is different because you may not have to drop her. She may be cool with the current situation. She may know that you have other options.
What makes you cool with that? If you don't like a lazy girl in the sense.
Of course, she cool with the situation. She's not gonna be able to
It
move
just
on to no
depends.
other situation.
If I'm
Is she
gonna fuck,
entertaining you?
I'm just asking these questions.
no,
so
I'm just
answer-
giving you
give-
answers.
give me
I'm
answers.
giving you my answers. I'm not giving you nobody else. I'm giving you
Okay.
mine.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, like she's cool with it. I may not want to go and go buy no pussy. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want to buy no pussy. I don't want to go and do this. So when I want to have sex, I want to call somebody that's already cool.
I know you.
You feel me?
I know you, and I'm pretty sure you don't have to pay for it.
No, I'm not.
We come from the area
That's
of mountains.
no, but this is what I'm telling you. I don't want to go
Okay,
buy
y'all.
sex, so I'm gonna lock in with who I
Hold
like.
on, we got somebody who jumped in.
We
What's
got
going on
2
with you?
cents.
Welcome to
2
2
cents
cents
fans.
on the dollar. You blurry.
Introduce yourself.
Little bit.
Introduce
A
yourself.
little bit. Introduce yourself. What's going on, boo? How you doing, love? Wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful. In your opinion,
Oh, you just got yourself
Man,
into some shit.
enter
You
the
ready?
ring. You enter in the ring right
We
now.
got a question for you. You ready?
You ready for the question? All
Okay,
right.
go ahead.
In your opinion, why do people have rosters?
In my opinion, why do people have rosters?
Yes. Meaning, why do they have more than one person on the list for whatever reason? Sex, money, using them, time, convenience. It is. It's the same thing. Why do you have people on your roster? Why do people have a roster? Why do people have a roster? And why is it so hard for people to drop people off of the roster?
So it's all of those things that you just said. Those are necessary.
Right.
It's all of that is, but it can be on different levels. So that's why I'm kind of like shaking my head because I'm kind of like flipping through the different realities because they can mean so many different things.
Exactly. I want to know your view.
You see what I'm saying? So say like, if you know your people, and then like, let's say friendships, right? It's not necessarily a roster. It's really like really knowing your people and really know who you're working with and really can do certain things with. They can do like that in life as well. When it comes to like relationships or poly or whatever, and I've never done poly, but I kind of understand it because like we are a changing and evolving species at all times. Like for me, right? Like I said last night, I'm going into my age cycle of 30.
Right.
What I'm realizing is I've chased so many relationships and tried to be with so many people, right? But I am so amazing and I had to figure that out because I had to fall in love with myself. You understand?
Right.
So I had to really figure that out. And so hierarchy or whatever for me, it's not really a roster, it's more like a team building if I'm picking up from it from a higher perspective. But on the lower spectrum, it's just all of those things. It's just insecure. The flip side of it is I'm not in love with myself, but I want to give pieces of myself
To everybody.
that I can't collectively have myself. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Most definitely.
It depends on what side of the spectrum you're looking at it from.
I like the insight. So answer me this. With you looking at it, especially like you said, from the other end of the spectrum, do you feel like when you run into people, no matter how long the relationship lasts, that they have some type of meaningful substance to your life? So do you have people in your life who you feel like have lost the substance and you are still holding on to them, or they're in your life for a particular reason and you know why everybody is still currently in your life?
Yes, the second one.
You know,
I definitely know why everybody's finally in my life and why I even tried to hop on this live, even though I said I didn't want to then like
Right.
you understand what's going on the other side of the camera. You understand? So everything is intentional. If you live with intention, you know damn right you get to narrate the whole story, bro.
That's right.
There's no secret.
That's right.
You're living with intention. You see what I'm saying? You speak with intention, you think with intention, and you are intentional. You know the story, and you know how it's gonna make because you know how powerful you are and how powerful your words can narrate your own story, bro.
They're right.
Most definitely. I like the way you put that. I like the insight. Because when it comes down to what people consider a roster, they don't understand that everybody in their life, everybody, mother, daddy, sister, brother, is on a roster. That's what we mean by roster. Like you said, down to.
Hold on. Let's change the lingo.
And I was just gonna say that. Look, we on the same page. We on the same page.
At this point, it's not a roster. Everybody I'm meeting now for a reason of business, is for a reason to
Exactly. Everybody ain't on the roster.
But that's why she said change the lingo.
You have to think that from a business perspective. You know what I'm saying? And if you're meeting someone and they're not helping you deal, maybe they're not on your journey. But if that's what you want in your journey, because every choice that you make has a consequence. Every decision you make, that's the route you decide to take, and that's where it's gonna take you. So,
Right. And see, that's why I think people get it wrong with the word. You know, that's why she was like, change the wording. Because that's why earlier before you jumped in, I was kind of explaining what he meant by roster. When you just break it down to a literal term and stop, making it derogatory, anybody could be on a roster, whether it's business, friendship, love, whatever it is. It's a roster of people. And what I mean by roster is a group of people working together to make something happen. Whether it's just sex, business, networking, love, you know what I'm saying? So the word, I think people take out of context. So I like that you said, let's change the wording, because people take the word and they take the definition from it because of how it was used for so long. When people like, oh, you on his roster, or you on the roster, or whatever the case may be. So now it's looked at as a word to degrade, when really a roster could be anything. We're all on a roster. We're on a roster together in this world. Everybody, all of us.
And those who look at it from just that one single-minded way of
Yeah, I'm going to, because we're talking about words. A lot of people use words and don't even know what they mean. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. Exactly. They shouldn't even be in your life. They're a waste of space. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but
it's not even that. It's either their waste of space or you are beating yourself up.
there you go. There you go. Most definitely. We're gonna Google the word real quick. We're gonna Google the word.
He Googling the word option right now.
Option is a thing that is or may be chosen.
Option. You said option?
Yeah.
The word option first. We Google the word option.
So that's what an option is. A thing that is or may be chosen. So
go back and Google the word roster.
Yeah, we talk about both.
I'm about to go into D-Way event.
That's right. It is tonight. Tell him much love. And I'll catch y'all Wednesday.
I appreciate you.
Okay, so yeah, let's Google the word roster.
Yeah, roster is a list or plan showing terms of duty or leave for individuals or groups in an organization.
Boom.
Terms of duty. Duty is your sex.
Whatever your job is.
Duty.
Whatever your job is. I don't care what it is. You're on the roster. I don't care if your job is mother. You're on the roster. I don't care if your job is child. You're on the roster. I don't care what your job is. You're on the roster. And that's how I looked at it when he said what he said. Not as what you said, everybody's an option. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I look at the word roster, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking at everybody Fuck the people I'm looking at everybody that's an option.
Yeah,
I'm looking at everybody that's not an option. I'm looking at everybody that's helping me in the business. I'm looking at everybody. Everybody is on the roster, placed somewhere and
Because
list.
it don't have to be relationship wise.
Exactly. It don't have to be
so
sex.
broad.
It
That's
don't
what I
have to
said.
be.
I just want to see people's view on it, like where they go with it. And most people will go negative. But she went to both spectrums, and I respect that.
Yeah, you got to.
I think that's what Manny was trying to say.
Yeah, that there's levels to it. Because there's certain games we ain't playing. Like a lot of shit is stepping stones. A lot of relationships are stepping stones also. So I wouldn't consider them a part of the roster. You know what I mean? If we're not headed in the same direction. If it's just like sex is a base thing. You know what I'm saying? God was like kind enough to, yeah, we use it to procreate, but he made it pleasurable.
But you're still using it for that specific thing.
It's just for the pleasure.
It ain't. Even if they're on the roster for pleasure, boom, their name is next to pleasure. Their name, like he said, their name is next to sex.
No, but
Rodman was on the roster to rebound. No. I was like, he was on the roster to rebound. This nigga's on the roster to shoot. This nigga's on the roster to fucking facilitate. But everybody got a role.
It's good just to understand that everybody has different perspectives and all that, to where it's like, I mean, regardless, like, you have to earn your way on a roster. To me, it's my perspective.
So she earned just sex.
It's not. I don't even feel like sex is a reward.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying.
Because I decided that I wanted to have sex. She decided that she wanted to have sex, and we said we're gonna do it with each other. That doesn't mean
Juice is in the building.
Let's see what he feels about this.
Okay, Juice.
It's not just what you think it is, man.
Yeah, man, I'm in the end.
Okay, Juice.
You see my leg?
Okay, Juice. Question.
Answer.
That's the question, but I ain't answer.
Why do people have rosters, and why do they hold on to the ones with no substance? Rosters meaning anything broad, sir, from family members, relationships, business,
or tell us your definition of a roster.
Yeah, or it could be your definition of a roster, no matter what it is, relationship-wise, anything. Why do you think people have to have a roster? And why they can't cut the dead weight?
Well, they're on the roster because not everybody fulfills every aspect of what a person wants. Nobody's perfect.
Yeah, we're gonna get 100%. I can understand that.
So
you come damn near close.
If someone's lacking, you find someone that is same thing, and that goes with all relationships.
So what point to what is lacking from a person that you can't bring to the table?
That's the thing. You already when you look at your roster, you already look at what you have, like what you already bring to the table. Okay. So when you're looking for a partner, whether it be in a relationship or business or any of that stuff, like it's okay. I know what I bring to the table. So even if they're lacking that, cool, I have that experience and they can also build off of me. But no, what is it that you don't have that I really actually need? And it's not something that I may have or that you physically can have. It might be certain things, certain aspects that you bring, like whether it be your personality brings other people towards us in the business. You feel me? Charisma, charismatic, that kind of stuff. Whether it's being you bring the actual business sense, even though we both have our own business minds and think differently, but your point of view might help my point of view come across even better.
You might be able to present it
better. Like, so it's like, okay, with the roster, it's not that you're looking for what they're missing. It's what they already have. No, you're not even looking for what you're missing.
Okay.
You're looking for what strengthens both of your weaknesses. Okay. It's not about missing anything. Okay. Nothing has to be missing. It's just about strengthening what you already have. So if there is a weakness that you have, they're boosting you, no matter what.
Okay.
And then until you get to that level where it's like, okay, now your boost isn't doing anything. And that goes on to a further question. Part two of it. When is the time to let go? When it's not beneficial for either one of us and neither one of y'all are trying to make any progress, whether it means in a relationship, whether it means going forward and continuing this relationship, where it be like, oh, I actually be my girl, or marriage or whatever thing, or whether it be family with business. Do I actually bring?
But really, the part two is like, why do people hold on to those type of people?
People hold on to those type of people because it's like it's hard to let go of something that works.
So it's similar to what he said.
No, it's
easy.
It's easier. Like like at the end of the day, when you put time into something, regardless of how much time it is, you've put time into it. You've gotten into a certain point, so it's like, okay, damn, do I really feel like doing this shit over again with another motherfucker? Like,
but that's
so when you start dealing with another person.
When you start dealing with
let me ask the question. When you start dealing with another person, and you see the attributes, shouldn't the attributes be better? Shouldn't you see them doing things already that you didn't see in the other person before you start completely indulging yourself into that relationship like that?
Everything is apparent right away.
Yeah.
Like we live in a society where everybody's a chameleon, everybody's a copycat. So you're not gonna see it right away because everybody's doing what somebody else is doing off the muscle.
Okay.
If you got this one over here, they solid. They've been studying the fake ones over here. Been studying the solid one because they like the solid one's results. So they're gonna imitate what they see the solid one doing. So when somebody goes and deals with one of these fakes off the muscle, it seems like the real thing until you get deeper. You feel what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna know. You feel me? Sometimes, and then when you gotta be strong enough to cut that shit out.
But that's what I'm saying. Most people don't. So that's why I was like, when I asked you if that girl is just on your roster for sex, I was like, I'm sure you could have a lot more other people on your roster that
have something else to offer that can also.
You just haven't met her. Because best believe if they're on
the roster, so you'll have multiple people on your roster, and then you just have one person.
I wouldn't.
Answer me this.
Everybody's interchangeable on the roster. If you don't make the cut, you don't make the cut. If I
know why you saying you gonna cut. You gonna cut.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, but most people, like I'm speaking for general public, like they hold on to that useless weight.
Even when they find something better.
Even when they find something better, they hold on to it because it's easy.
Or the question again.
The question is,
why do people have
They're gonna hold on to it out of convenience.
And why do they hold on to it?
out of convenience, but what if the person who
Until they're sure.
the person who they met and liked is also of convenience?
They're not but that's what I was gonna say. They're not gonna let it go until they're sure that this person that they just met outweighs the person that they've been dealing with for the past year or two. You feel what I'm saying?
That makes sense. But then you got people that's sucking up full marriages because they want their cake and eat it too.
I mean,
like they just, it's
to the ones
that makes sense.
To the ones that saying that people are fucking up, like if a nigga fucks with my girl, I don't get mad at the nigga. I don't even get mad at the girl. Like I'm thankful that you saved me. You feel me? But
it's a long time.
Yeah, like there's no such thing as a home record of me because your guy or your girl was already open to more suggestions.
Right.
So when they ran across this other one, they didn't fuck up your relationship. Whatever y'all been going through in y'all relationship.
You was the settled option. You was the settled option. You wasn't the option.
Right. I see that, but what I'm saying is, regardless of whatever it is that you're saying, because you're 110% correct on that. But with a man going into a situation or a woman going into a situation where they know good goddamn well it ain't what it is. You done so-called had this girl who you been dealing with or you just been having sex with, and then you met somebody who you actually wanted to deal with.
Yeah, it's over with for the other.
So not everybody feels like that.
No, I understand. I can only speak for my 2 cents. I don't know what everybody's doing.
With motherfucker going back to deal with the person who they've been dealing with because of the conveniency, or because she always said yes, or because it was easy, or because she don't give him a hard time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? When it messes up the situation you created with the person who you supposedly want to give your time and energy to because you are having a hard time letting go of what was easy. letting go of somebody who don't tell you no. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see like there's only two options for that. You either have to get good at letting go, which takes repetition, or you have to just say, fuck it, I don't, like you said, I don't, like, you're good. Like, we've been dealing with each other for a long time. Yeah, you a headache, but I don't really want to get started with nobody else and start over. You know what I mean? The laziness. I'm never going to settle.
But that's what it's like. That's what it's giving right there. It's settling.
No, I said there was two options when she said, y'all, you looked over there. There was two options for the type of person she was describing. Either you're going to learn how to get good at cutting people off because you're tired of the bullshit, or you're going to settle and be comfortable with your settlement. You know what I mean?
Which is crazy as hell.
To me and you, yeah, you feel what I'm saying? But there is something to where,
because now you're gonna make this person life hard as fuck. When you know what I'm saying, you really know for a fact that ain't what you want. Like, you know for a fact, you ain't what I want, but we convenient, you easy, so I'm gonna stay with you. But I know you ain't what I want, so I'm gonna make your life hard too.
No, it ain't necessarily. I think the hardship's gonna come from them staying together.
Exactly.
But,
that's what I mean by
yeah, I know, but I believe that those type of people, birds of a feather flock together, keep that shit over there. You feel me? Like, y'all are good for each other. Neither one of y'all can let go. Both of y'all maybe.
Ultimate toxic relationship.
Y'all stay together. Yeah, I'm good. I'm rooting for y'all. That's when I'm rooting for y'all to come in. No, damn well y'all can fit. But y'all just don't see.
She said, no, damn well.
Y'all don't see it. I'm praying for the best though.
Pray for the best.
I hope y'all work out.
I'm praying for the worst, but I'm praying for the best.
Yeah, because the rest, like those who, and I don't want to put it on, well, actually, I don't care. I'm the people that can't, that aren't on a emotionally and mentally mature level when it comes to relationships, it's going to be, I'm not going nowhere, you ain't either. No.
That's some crazy ass
For me,
first of all,
if you want to go,
that's some real psycho, narcissistic type.
Right.
Type.
You feel me? Because
hold up, what'd you say?
Get your ass on. You got to.
300 kick your ass.
Get you up out of here. Because if you're emotionally and mentally and all that intelligent, you realize that, one, I'm not doing it for you and you're not doing it for me. And if I ever gave a fuck about you, I want you happy whether it's with me or not. So if I ain't doing it, please, I hope you find the one you want. And if I ain't doing it, yeah, I'm finna get the hell on. I ain't got no. And don't care how you feel about it. No, I'm not gonna be miserable for the next 15, 20, 30, 40. I'm not gonna do that shit. No, definitely not gonna do that. You feel me? Yeah. Fuck that shit. What y'all over there bickering about?
Y'all still up top. Gotta watch him. Gotta watch him, man. Gotta watch him. I gotta watch him. Elbow this nigga, man. Like, damn.
You got the same.
But if that else they're trying to
Don't
worry about it. Y'all was having the conversation. Y'all was keeping it going. Y'all was keeping it going.
In my mind, it's like,
I was keeping it going.
If these niggas having a $5 conversation right now, like, is that what's going on? $10 conversation. Get past that company. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that
$5 conversation.
I wouldn't.
I like that.
Yeah, I don't have $5, $10, or $100 conversation.
Yeah, man, also gonna have nobody steal from you.
You right.
I ain't saying you steal, but I'm just saying I ain't gonna have nobody take my.
But like, you right. I agree. Principle, but a lot of folks have died over principles that don't even matter. But I'm not saying that that's not one of them. One, if you're gonna steal something, it's $10. I'm glad that you chose this $10 item to get, and I promise you ain't gonna be around and get another 10 from you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna let it happen because just like we talking about the other show, like I want you to show me who you are. Because to me, this is nothing. You know what I'm saying? If I have it or whatever, it's nothing. So if you feel like you can steal it from me, go ahead and get it, player.
Oh, y'all my son.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know what you talking about.
I don't even know.
It's Casper.
Yeah, I think the window open or something.
I put them on the roster. All y'all my sons.
Oh, so all your sons is on the roster. See, it's Lego, man. Hey, man.
It's perspective, y'all. Perspective. Boy, perspective is a motherfucker, boy. People's heads and their perspective be way out there.
But get what?
That's why I'm laughing.
Perspective is what
however they want to take
perspectives is what make the world go round. Like that's why we have the shit that we have around us.
Yeah, but is your perspective on the high frequency level
Or
on the low frequency level?
I think your actions will show that because you got folks. Let's say,
That's
for
what's the
example,
question.
back in the day, you got folks that we both standing here at this mountain right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like this history, past times. You know what I'm saying? No electricity, no none of that shit right now.
Okay.
We both stand outside this mountain. Okay. You see a big rock. Well, I'm gonna say, I see a big rock. You see, shit, you look around, okay, I can get that. And you make a cave. Your perspective, even though we were right here together, you had a vision behind it, and you did that. Me, I'm just like, man, I don't look, man, it's gonna rain. All right, let's find some.
You said we were standing next to each other?
Yeah, we here looking at the same thing. It's a matter of
Right,
perspective.
but my perspective is, I ain't letting you be outside anyway, nigga. We made this cave, nigga.
Yeah, of course.
Let's go.
I'm saying, but even that's why I said the action, like the perspective. How you ask what perspective is more valuable? If we're looking at the same thing, but your actions create something, but my actions is really, which is like a big part of society. I'm just gonna give up. Hey, look, let's go. It's a tree over there.
That's how you see.
You know what I'm saying? We can sleep up under the branches or something. That's my big idea. Yours is like, nah, we're gonna make this shit a home right here. And then that's when you get the intricate caves. There's levels. You got a
3-story cave.
You feel me?
Just the flow.
Yeah. After you
the deluxe cave. Deluxe cave. It just can't please you. Just chisel out a whole cave. You want 2 levels to this thing.
Oh,
I
need a basement too.
So everybody's perspective matters to an extent. It's just which ones have value or not. And each person, because to this person over here, this is valuable from this perspective. To this person over here, like there are similar people, there are similar thought, they're whatever. So birds of a feather. That's where all these terms come from. Birds of a feather flock together. Mm-hmm. Like-minded individuals will gravitate towards each other. You feel what I'm saying?
Even though they might.
In the words of Obama, if you're negative, stay over there.
Yes.
Even if they don't have the same type of mindset or the same thought process at the same time, because opposites attract, and so sometimes you can like somebody because of how they are and because they show strength in your weaknesses. You can like somebody for that reason.
See, that's teamwork there.
You can become a friend with someone because of that. You know what I'm saying? Because they're strong in your weaknesses and you're strong in their weaknesses.
But then there are folks to where
I may have saw the damn cave and shit like that, but your ass know how to fucking put up the lights.
I was
starting to fire. I was like, you know how to illuminate this motherfucking cave. Keep us warm and shit. Like, we gotta know how.
There's some rats in the back. I need the light.
Hey. I told you so. All y'all my sons and y'all all on the roster. You hear me?
But it
always comes
for that though. Like, that's one of the beauties and out of the beholder. There are a lot of people, just like you said, even with the roster and all that, it's the same thing once you connect the dots, because there are a lot of people and a lot of people's rosters.
Of course.
Niggas know 50 niggas. Only 3 of them are useful to your life. Only 3 of them that can push you. Now, you have a good time with more than 3 of them. But you feel what I'm saying? You have a good time with all 50 of them. That's why you fuck with them. But the ones that are beneficial to you and you to them, to where y'all can tell each other, you don't gravitate to them for some reason. A lot of folks don't. They go for the good time. You feel what I'm saying? The fun time.
Because I be all in my phone like, I might just come see you, but we all got FaceTime. You can FaceTime me and show me how to do it. Can you show me how to do it? Show me how to do it. I'm all for that. I can always say to anybody that's willing to teach me anything.
Of course, but everybody that's willing to teach you shouldn't be teaching you. You feel what I'm saying?
That's right.
So it's just, you gotta know who to take from.
You also exactly know who to take from. Exactly.
That's a good phrase right there.
I like what you just said because you knew where I was going with that.
if they ain't beneficial, like I don't know. The older you get, the more you realize how valuable time is. Mm-hmm. The most important, one of the most valuable assets on the planet is time. If you break a crime, what are they gonna do? Give you time. They gonna take time away.
So why the hell is you always late?
I was actually on time.
You was on time today.
Yeah, what are you talking
He was
about?
on time today.
See, then you always have people that stuck in the past. You stuck in the
He
past.
She just said
2
people
minutes
be in
before
for a good time, not a long time.
Exactly.
Man, nah, chime in.
He was here.
Come on, you got something to say? We want to hear it.
Yeah.
Put it on live.
And it also depends on, just like that person just said, like, what's your aim?
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, because if you're looking for a long time, if you're looking for the one that can last you for the next 30, 40 years, like this your partner, it's going to be harder to find than the short time or the good time. You feel what I'm saying? Because, like, anything worth having is worth working for.
Request to be on the live and get your 2 cents out. Introduce yourself.
I started gravitating and finding my friends until just like recently. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I am really finicky. I am probably one of the most funny acting Virgos. I'm gonna admit it. I am funny acting as hell. I am picky about who I want to be around, who I want to talk to, what I want to talk about. I'm picky as hell. So for me to have you as a friend, like, that's my friend. I'm like, that's my homegirl.
Yeah.
So,
But see, I done got to the point to where it's like, I really ain't fucking with you if you can't be my brother or my sister, because I've already been through the friend stage. I know how to identify good friends.
most definitely.
You feel me? I know how to identify who's good for me and who's not. You feel what I'm saying? So at that point, it's like, if we ain't gonna end up being family, I ain't gonna fuck with you. Because if I fuck with you, I'm gonna do whatever for you.
Exactly.
And I need it reciprocated.
My loyalty goes a long way.
Yeah,
I gotta put you. If I'm gonna let you in, you in. You here.
Yeah, you got to be. Otherwise, what are we doing? You feel what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. It took me a long time.
Oh yeah,
It took me a long time to get to that point of, having these relationships with certain people because of how I am. Because of, like you said, my loyalty goes a long way. I go out my way a lot of the time. 99.99% of the time, I will go out my way for my friends. So yes, it took me a long time to acquire a friend.
Yeah, I cut niggas off so quick. To my people, period.
Yeah.
Funny acting, like I'm so funny.
I'd be happy when you block me. Oh, you did it before me? Thank you. Save me the trouble of clicking.
That shit there.
And I ain't even gonna click because it ain't even worth my time. I'm gonna let you watch it. I'm just not talking to you. It's just gonna be one of those situations. I ain't got time for it. I'm gonna ignore it all the way through and through.
See, I ain't gonna cap. I'm gonna hit it straight on. We're gonna have a talk. Hey, look, it's the end of the road, partner. You feel what I'm saying?
Some people you can have
It
those
was good while it lasted.
Some people you can have those conversations with, yes. And I'm not gonna lie, I've had those conversations. And some people you can't. Some people you can't not have those conversations with. It just gotta be understood.
Yeah.
Like, bro, it ain't even no need to even have a conversation no more at all whatsoever.
Yeah, I ain't even gonna cap. I don't like the cat thing. I'm gonna do it. We're gonna have this conversation because there's not gonna be no misunderstanding. I'm not gonna ignore your calls because I pay this phone bill. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Oh no!
These texts, I'm gonna respond if you text, but I'm gonna let you know right now that there's no reason for you to text. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And
so if you tell a motherfucker that and they continue to text, there's no need to entertain them at that point. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, that's what I need. If I tell you that I'm done and you still continue to go out of your way, and after I said I was done, there's no need to entertain you at that point.
Well, some niggas gonna find, dudes and females, we feel like, some of us feel like, females do stuff like that all the time for attention. So they gonna want you to try to convince them to stay. Some of them.
Fuck that, right?
You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, you just be different. But from that, they gonna do all the weirdest shit ever. They're gonna try to get your attention. They're gonna try to fight with you. They're gonna call you this, call you that, and then be like, I'm done. And as soon as you really stop talking to them, now all of a sudden you get the text from them. I thought you was done.
That's
happened to me.
But you know what?
Multiple times.
That's when it's up to you, the person to not respond. Don't respond. Don't fucking respond to that ignorant ass shit.
Like she said, just keep watching. Keep watching, keep getting mad.
Oh yeah.
Keep watching, keep getting mad.
Because
I'm not the one to block. I'm the one to not talk to you no more. I don't gotta unblock you. I don't gotta because
I ain't even gonna waste my time going to find your name, find it. Like, look, bro. Look, let me tell you, it's just as simple. I'm done.
Yeah.
I cannot watch your page. I don't gotta unfollow you.
Look, let me
That's
tell
just
you.
childish. I was like, I still know you in real life.
You can see me every day and still not have access to me, so I don't give a fuck for blocking you.
Yeah.
You can stand directly in my face and still not have access to me. Fuck blocking you.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that. Hey, how you doing?
What's good, y'all?
Cause you know what, your haters gonna work harder for you than the people, the tightest people closest to you.
Chime in if you want to.
Introduce yourself.
You can hit the request button if you want to talk yourself.
They talk more about you. They advertise for you.
I'll just type it in. Hit that request button. Hit that request button and introduce
Chicken on my
yourself.
nerve, whatever it is.
Or you can stay anonymous. But just let me hear your 2 cents.
Yeah, man. So I don't know, man. Humans, man. God damn. Humans be hell. This shit be like chess. You gotta, man. Too much feelings, too much this, and even knowing when to keep your opinion to yourself. You know what I'm saying?
That's also a thing.
Because the people around you can't handle it. They may not be mature enough to understand your side of things. Like you got to be able to see both sides of the equation. You got to be, to me.
But if you look at it like that, the ones that you got to keep your
that means you don't bite your tongue.
You might need, that might be the one that you need. Might be on the chopping block next.
Yeah, for sure.
That might be
because that means you don't need to bite your. If you got to bite your tongue around anybody, that means you don't need to be around them. Because I'm damn sure not gonna bite my tongue. I'm gonna let you know how I feel. And you should be able to take it as a friend, especially understanding who I am and how I am. So if we cool and we rocking, you should be able to understand who and how I am. So if I come to you and tell you anything, you should be at least be able to take it. You know.
I don't know. Yeah. So, I don't know. Cut the motherfuckers off, man. Rid yourself of the burden. What you mean?
Hey, because I ain't got time for the bullshit.
Definitely, because it could sink the whole ship. Business-wise, it could ruin a good thing.
One bad apple.
Exactly. One bad apple. Like you said in one of our previous shows, just too many captains. Everybody thinks they're the captain, but no, you don't need it. The only captain you of is your own life.
Yeah.
When it's coming towards a group, what is the best for the group?
Most definitely.
What is best for each other, not just best for yourself. So that's why you can't have. You gotta be able to pass that captain hat. Exactly. Sometimes you might be wearing the captain hat. Sometimes you might not be. But no, be the best person in your role. You can't be replaced.
Mm-hmm. When it comes to roles, you definitely gotta be in it. I mean, but that's the type of people. It just depends on who you put on your roster. You got some folks that got a roster. They want to run everything.
Oh my Lord!
Those are the micromanaging dictator ones.
It just depends on what your roster.
What's the point in having a roster if you got to dictate everybody on that list?
That's
means you need a new roster.
That is a lot of work.
That means you need people
That's
on
a lot of work. That is a lot of work.
It's so that everybody can do their particular job. So bitch, if I got to micromanage you doing your job, then you don't need to be here doing this job. I need somebody else who can do this shit. Do it. The fuck? Nah, I need great people on the roster.
But guess what? Some folks just got a roster going with y'all definition. Some folks just have a roster for fun. They're the one that got everything. So when they roster right there is that roster they calling them like, hey look, we want to such tonight, pull up. Hey, we doing tonight, pull up. Hey, yeah, drinks on me, whatever. Their roster's not coming to do anything other than be there.
So they got a roster of groupies.
Entourage, whatever.
Even with that being said, your groupies need to have your own money. Your groupies need to be able to show up like whatever it is, whatever your roster is. I don't know what it is.
I don't know, different levels, require different things. You know what I'm saying?
Different levels.
Some may not.
Whatever your roster is, whatever level we talking about. Period. Whether you down here, right here, up here, like they said, there's no middle class no more. You either here or up here. So
definitely ain't no middle class no more.
I don't know. I think it is. I think I drive past the lower class. You know what I'm saying?
I believe the middle class has become the lower class now. Now it's just two different phases.
What's the lower class to you? Describe that to
the working class.
So you feel like the guys that we drive past on the street, stand on the corner, ask for Dolla, they must not be a part of any class.
They're not contributing to no type of society. They can't be part of it. They really, to be honest with you, look at some of the markets.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? Like, so I believe that right there is the lower class. Them right there.
Man, I don't know, cause a lot of
To be in class, you gotta be able to contribute. Be in a class to contribute.
Some of the motherfuckers that stand on the corner make good money.
Yeah, for sure.
Great money.
It's a good hustle.
Amplify their tax.
Yeah. And they be in line at the bank with me sometimes.
You hear me?
There was a lady that come in with a stick. Literally, I just passed her on the street.
Got bank accounts, them motherfuckers.
When I went to park, I parked and I'm chilling for a second before I go in. When I'm walking in, she got her cart, she got her little stick, she got her homeless clothes on, all that. She got it before me. Best believe when she got up to the counter, she pulled a card out from somewhere. And I want to pull $600 out of here.
Because that's a scam.
She might be homeless. It's life now. She made
Atlanta full of hustlers, man.
Not necessarily because
I didn't see this dude picking up change.
It was a newscaster where they was talking to the homeless people. Where homeless people stand on the corner and literally get cup. Money put in their cup. Making $80,000 to $100,000 a year with just the money being put into their cup.
Why you think I think it's scared? Because I told you I saw this white man picking up change in the drive-thru when I used to work in a fast food restaurant back as a kid. And I was like, his clothes was all sweaty and stretched out with some short shorts.
Nice cars.
I was like, this man, all of a sudden, a couple weeks later, I see him again pulling up in the drive-thru in a fucking Aston Martin.
Oh yeah, that he been doing that.
And an Aston Martin. I'm like,
I seen some shit like that on Instagram.
Because
like,
they know,
what? I'm like, what's going on here?
You know what they know? Do you know what they know? The reason why they stand on the corner and make that money, do you know they know people give off of sympathy? If you can sympathize with a person, if you can stand on the corner and you can get a person to sympathize with you over anything, how you look, how you talk to them, your sign, whatever it is, they will give to you because people give for sympathy. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they do. They stand on the corner. They know they can get some free money. They ain't got no time on my hands.
So I'm guessing that's why people put the kids out there on the side of the road with them.
Almost definitely.
Because that'll give me some.
You already know. You already know
Straight
that's why they had their kids out there. They even got to the point where they had their kids scamming for them. Walking into stores, all kind of shit.
But some know, because all of them make the same. So
All of them not the
some
same.
of them, the way it'll
go
go is like they understand what the majority of society doesn't. They've made habits that the majority of society doesn't. So when they start getting their money, I ain't say every person I see on the corners at the bank. You feel what I'm saying? But the ones that are at the bank, they've opened up an account. They went to after they got some money. So now they already don't need what we need to survive or what we feel like we need. They don't need the designer clothes. They don't need the car. They make plenty of money here. You feel me? And then like one of them, she was pulling out money to send into a subscription for a class. So even though she's still outside, she has her bank account. She's coming up slowly. So and she's tax free. She's tax free.
Smart as hell. That's the ones coming up. Yeah, there's a bunch of homeless to riches story. I actually used to cut one. Mm-hmm. She was homeless and she made her own makeup product line, and I think it was makeup and facial products. Mm-hmm. So for people that have different skin types and everything else, she made her own organic products. And became a millionaire. From homeless to millionaire. For me cutting her hair in her high rise and her sky rise.
The loose castle became a blue bright castle. You know, the nice voice, the homeless man, he was the same every day.
Loose castle?
They made him a newspaper because of his voice. Because they used to see him on the corner talking and singing every day. And because they see him on the corner talking and singing every day, somebody walked up to him and gave him a job.
Mm. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
So man, it's just that close. If they can do it, why you can't do it? You feel what I'm saying? It's got to be a point to where it's like you got to realize the shit that they're doing. If they're being successful from nothing to something, the people that already have something, why aren't you just going hard then?
That's they're content. They don't want to say it out loud, but through their action, they're content.
Yeah.
So
that to me is heartbreaking. To me,
Because
you can be grateful. Like, I'm not saying not to be grateful for what you have.
Yeah.
But being content, meaning I don't want more.
But you can see
Why
that through
don't
the
you
actions.
want
That's
more?
the actions, the ones that are in the position that
Because
they want
what
more.
you said
They're
earlier.
grateful for the position that they're in right there.
You said, why don't you want more? Because of what you said earlier. It's working for them.
No, that was talking
It's
about the
easy.
base level. You're talking about sex. You're talking
No,
about
that's based on you can look at it in any type of level, different
But
levels
I'm
and
just
stuff.
taking your word and I'm just walking into
No, that's what I'm saying. But the context in which the words were.
Yeah, that was for sex.
Okay,
Yeah,
right.
for
I
sex.
get that, but I'm just taking your word and I'm putting them into this situation.
Well, for that
And I'm
situation there, it's still sad to me. I'm not saying everybody should be like that.
Situation.
Because, I mean, everybody can't be motivated like that. Everybody, I was talking to some folks the other day, and it was, their birthday is on the 1st of September and the 10th of September. You feel what I'm saying? Or the 28th of August or something. Virgos, you feel what I'm saying? And we were just talking about Virgos, period.
Coming
And
into
it's like,
the season.
yeah, we good at motivating ourselves. I am. I can't speak for everyone. You know what I mean? So to me, it's crazy to me that you would reach some type of success, feel that feeling, and not want to feel that anymore.
Yeah.
But you don't want no more. You feel what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand other people, so that's why all I can explain it as being content.
That's just like some people get to a point into their life where they feel like they've seen a lot. Like you got some people that get old. They get so old and they just be like, you know what, I've seen enough. You know what I'm saying? They get tired of seeing the decades of whatever it is that they went through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just don't understand. Oh, somebody tapping in.
We got tapping in.
Well, no,
Introduce yourself. Introduce yourself.
What's good, bro?
What?
They call me. Hey, what's up, y'all? Juice Kendall. They call and everybody else in the background. My name is Yen.
Okay.
Yen Town / the tire plug. So if you need some tires, come holler at me.
Yeah.
But yeah, welcome to 2 cents on the dollar. And as far as you know, the question is, why do people have rosters, and why do they hold on? Part 2 of it is, why do they hold on to the dead weight? And that could go on any type of level.
Okay. You ready for me to talk?
Yeah. Floor is yours.
So basically, the reason why people have rosters and hold on to them is because people will always have options. So even when the other people in that roster fall short, they always have someone and something to fall back on.
Okay, so they're keeping that crutch.
But it sounds to me like what we were saying earlier. Those ones that are really ain't nothing to you, they're replaceable. So why not replace them?
It can, but usually, whether she's a nigga or a female, they're going to stick to what they know. They're not going to go outside of their norm.
Yeah, that's right. I'll be feeling like, because you said options, so I'll be feeling like you're only supposed to have options if you're ready to make a choice. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's what options are for. You know what I mean?
That's why we use the word roster, because everybody has a position. So those positions could be interchanged. You are the contractor of your team. So if you being the contractor of your team and people are not contributing to the team, why are they still on there? Because you could find some more dead weight.
No, but he's saying that why would you go find something when you already have something until you find something that you'll get rid of what you got?
That's true.
Yeah, but you're only as strong as your weakest link.
So why not get rid of them all together?
You're only as strong as your weakest link.
So why
That's
not
dead
get
weight.
rid of your weakest link all together?
Well, if that's the case, then the whole roster is technically dead weight.
Yeah, you feel me?
Exactly. But it can't be that way because
Everybody got a job.
What you saying, bro?
I was saying, so if you do drop one, you can always gang up with one more.
That's
If
right.
one person won't do, the other person will.
That's
so
right.
if you drop 3, 6 more won't come.
You're
That's
right.
right.
You start seeing the true colors from each different sides. So that way, once you drop that person off or let that person go, You want to see the other symptoms in the other people that you have on your roster.
And that makes sense. But the question was, why do people hold on to that dead weight and don't think like you just said?
But I like what he just said though, because that means that if you cut somebody and replace them with something better, that means every time your roster is getting better and better,
and stronger and stronger.
To the point where you might actually be able to make a choice.
But majority we talking about is content, and they don't want to drop the dead weight. So your team is not going to be as strong as you would like it to be. So you're still doing the merry-go-round.
We asking the question of why are people getting content with the dead weight on their roster? Why do you get content?
So the dead weight that they probably still have, they not ready to let go. Maybe there's a reason why they're still in their life. There's a reason why they're still holding on. Maybe there's a reason why they're at the bottom of the barrel versus the top of the barrel.
There you go.
What would be one of your reasons?
One of my reasons.
Give us an example of what you're talking about.
It's your 2 cents. I'm trying to hear your 2 cents.
Give us an example of what you're talking about.
You put my boy on the spot.
This is a safe place.
This is a safe space.
Alright, so
Scratch that last statement.
you said retract it?
No, I said retract.
That boy was smiling like I ain't got an answer. You don't want to answer the phone.
You better answer what
Boy,
this is. I say.
Okay.
So back when I used to be out there, I used to have a roster on my team.
When you used to be out there, what do you mean by that?
You said what?
When you say out there, what do you mean by that?
Meaning that by each person that I've dealt with that was on my roster, they played a certain part and position in my life. Mentally, physically, financially, and emotionally, and sexually.
That's right.
So I would never level them as equal because they're all different in their own way. But when you start seeing the evil, the menace side of them, you start to deteriorate further from them. But not only that, you have to understand them. That's why, back when y'all were saying this earlier, why is it so hard to, you know what I'm saying, have them and let them go? It's just more of like, there's a reason why I can't let this person go. There's a reason why this person is still attached to me for this one and only specific reason. Now, if you have, let's say you got a girl or a guy that you're dealing with, and they're in your life just to go out on dates and buy you food. And you got another one that's just to dick you or fuck you, or you got another one that's to pay your phone bill, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying, just to trick off on. That's basically splitting it up. It's not always one. They're always split up for different reasons.
You're right.
So, and let me see what question I'm trying to ask.
That's absolutely correct.
When you come, you're correct. You're correct. You are definitely correct, sir. But when are you going to put somebody on the roster that's going to be able to cut everybody else off the roster?
You'll never know until you see the improvements.
Exactly.
I
The
said
action.
that earlier.
I said that too.
I said that earlier. That's why I had to ask that question.
Yeah, it's the action. And if you,
I was like, because
To be honest, you really never know. Because
they can come from anywhere.
exactly, just like we replaceable, women are replaceable. But it's just everybody's
Their position could change at any day. Your position could change at any day. So that was like,
they'll always find a way to come back. And once they leave, they will always find a way to come back.
Get rid of one,
say it,
get
you're
rid
right.
of all.
what you said, bro?
I said, so even if that is the case, when they leave, they'll always find a way to come back.
If they pose to. Because sometimes you could cut somebody off of your roster and that actually spur them to get better. So when they come back to you, that was better than when you cut them from your roster. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That is true. But then you start going back to where y'all left off at. Oh, this is why I stopped fucking with you. Well, this is why I stopped dealing with you. But I still love you.
Yeah, well, shit, we tried it.
yeah.
We tried it.
Hey, man, you can level up.
Take a chance.
And you can level up in a lot of ways, but if you didn't level up in the way, if you didn't learn the lesson on why we split up in the first place, then it wasn't going to work out anyway.
So then you
could be a better person, but if you still didn't learn the lesson that you didn't learn, it was pointless. So it was still a waste of time.
That means before putting you back on the roster, then we need to have a discussion. As adults, we need to talk.
Yeah,
Anybody though.
yeah,
I mean, my roster would be different. Not that I have one. My roster would be different than Anybody boxing. You know what I'm saying? Because like I have a higher standard. So anybody, like I ain't selling for nothing. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day,
Some people do.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
Those are the ones we was
Is
talking
that crazy to you?
Because I know you can't be happy selling.
That is crazy, ain't it? I love you to make sure I ain't tripping.
People are afraid to love themselves and be by themselves for a little while, man.
That's when the most growth comes. Honestly.
A lot of times people settle when who's taking care of them.
Facts.
Yeah, that is true. Say it louder.
A lot of times people settle with who's taking care of them,
What do you-
male and female.
What do you mean by that though? The take care part.
There's
Not you, her.
A lot of times
Okay.
people be in situations where it's convenient, you know what I'm saying? They need something, a shelter, food, house, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? They need something.
Oh, that's
It's a
crazy.
beneficial situation for them.
that
You
sounds
know what I'm
like
saying? They get fed. I mean, that may be exactly what it is, but I'm just keeping it real.
Yeah.
They're like, this person feed me, I can go down to sleep, I don't get, you know what I'm saying? It just be the conveniency of the situation.
So then don't get mad when that person is doing that and then they level up
And put your ass
and you were
down.
just a stepping
Put your
stone.
ass right
Don't get it. That's why I said the conversation is so important. Like
It is, most
we
definitely.
grown, we can talk about whatever, so
But
we're gonna talk about this.
you got a lot of people that also get mad. They get mad at the person for being who they are when they've been that way from the start. This person has been leeching from you from the beginning.
Yeah, you
So
can't.
now you want to be mad at this person for leeching from you when they've been leeching from you from the beginning.
That's both
Like,
their fault. Y'all
it
keep
is, most
that over
definitely.
there,
It is,
right?
most definitely.
Cause that shit there, like that's your fault. Okay, that's their fault, but it's not their fault because I believe anybody that shows you who they truly are and they stand in that and you accept that, you can't complain about it because they was real with you.
Oh, but
Now
that's
it's
what
your. I believe the blame falls with the person that accepts that type of behavior, but is willing to complain about it later.
you know
Don't
what
complain about something that you like from the start.
You know what a lot of it comes from though? From one person actually having growth and the other person actually not. So if you got two people that's okay, I see where you at, I'm kind of in the same situation as you. I see the potential, whatever the case may be. And you grow from wherever it is you at. And this person still stuck right here in this situation. So now it is you is like, oh, okay, I love you. Nah, fuck that. You can't, you're stagnant. You can't move, you're stuck in one spot.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So that's when people get upset and they get mad at this person because they're being who they are, who they've always been. They haven't been able to grow with you. You've been able to grow because you have the mindset of growth. You get what I'm saying? You didn't realize that the person who you chose didn't have the mindset of growth.
Or you got the other end where people will get mad at you because they showed you who they are and you said, I don't like that.
Oh, nah, you're not.
Like if you voice, they get mad at you for voicing their opinion. Like, I don't like what you're showing me. And you get mad at me because I don't want to be with that.
Bye.
That's where the other show we were talking about being like how, like I'm cold with it, calculated, whatever. I ain't got no feelings with it because everything both y'all described is saying that feelings are involved in a way. Once I make a decision, the feelings out of it.
Oh, definitely.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's I'm not gonna care how you take it. I'm
That's
gonna
you.
try.
No,
to
but that's what I'm saying. I'm not
that's
saying.
me.
But I'm saying for me. I'm saying
No,
when I say me, I'm talking about. I'm not the one that. But I'm saying if I tell somebody that I don't like what I see,
and you get mad,
and you get mad about it.
that's a you thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm still falling asleep like a baby. I'm still going to sleep like a baby. Like,
That's a you problem.
yeah, exactly.
That's a
Not
you.
you
It's a
problem.
straight you
If I'm telling you the truth, if I'm telling you the truth,
can't get
and
mad.
you can't handle it. No, you can get mad. You can get mad as you want.
You can do what you want to do.
But I'm still gonna be good because I told you the truth. While you talking about everybody else around you lying and they not doing, I told you the truth.
Exactly.
You just felt some type of way about it. So that's a you thing.
There you go.
But I told you the truth, now I'm gone. Snip, snip. You feel me?
There you
Like
go.
it's over.
I feel that.
Yeah, like you can't let nobody hold you back because what? Like if you ain't on the roster no more, you ain't on the roster. Because I'm trying to build the roster up to the point because there are options to me to the point to where all my options are great. But as a man, I'm gonna sit back and say, okay, this wasted too much energy, too much time, which one of them am I going to take a risk on? You feel me? And then after hey man, rest of y'all, man, as you were. Because I'm done. You feel what I'm saying? And y'all got to respect it. So you want to get to the point where your roster, there is no roster no more. You don't see no 80-year-old ball players. I don't give a fuck what you say.
That's like 80-year-old ball players. In the church league. They in the church league, bro. They in the church league. They got
the
in the church league.
Like you said earlier, you want to get to a point where your roster becomes a family. So it's no longer a roster, it's my family. Like this is my family. Like everybody who you surround yourself with is solid, period.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Learn the lesson and move on.
You gotta.
Some of you ain't even gotta move on from.
And it takes people.
Because if you family, like you,
I'm talking about not the non-family.
I ain't even had nobody around me that day.
That's
what I'm saying.
So that's why just because we don't fuck no more, just because we ain't together, don't mean that I don't fuck with you. You call me, I'm coming.
Even down to the people. Even down to the people.
They have
you
that
know,
relationship.
you put it.
It's the only ones I'm building.
You want to have tight relationships with people who take care of you, your lawyers, the doctors. I don't give a fuck. All of them. You want to have tight relationships with them. So I've had doctors in my family who've raised, generations. You know what I'm saying? So it's like having certain relationships with people. Period.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with what she's saying because not only that, another reason why you can't really let people go like that is because depending on the type of history that y'all endured.
Yeah.
So that also has a big key in that. So I do agree with what she's saying.
Yeah, you said it right. What you endured, and some of it's a battle. And you done fought side by side with this motherfucker, but y'all just ain't meant to be together no more. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I said I still fuck with you.
Yeah, those are the type of bonds I like.
You know what I'm saying? This kick shit.
Right.
That's I agree.
Yeah.
That's right.
Just because we ain't together don't mean I gotta hate you and you gotta hate me.
For real. Whatever you need. What's up?
Exactly.
Yeah, we cool.
What you need?
And because just like bro said, because we have endured so much, you're not a regular friend. If you tell we ain't gotta be together. If I fuck with you and you say this nigga goddamn done something to you, boy, I'm coming so fast. Because you my partner now. You my family. Yeah, I ain't finna let nobody play with you. Like I ain't finna let nobody play with me. We're not gonna do that. Because we represent each other. They're still gonna be like, damn, ain't you such and such that fuck with such and such? So you representing me and I'm representing you still. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, that's right. I like that. What you enduring together. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's
I respect that.
Yeah, that's everything, bro. You endure a lot with whoever you deal with. Some you endure less. Some of them ain't worth the battle. We ain't finna know. And then you never get to the point to what bro said that you have a history to where you have endured so much. I've been cut you off. I've been saw you weren't no good. Shout out to me. You feel what I'm saying? Seeing that way back then. And then, you know what I mean? So,
but you know for certain shit, when you need to call it motherfucker, you can.
Yeah.
And you will.
Man, I done got to fighting like cuss out this and that. Not with no female. I mean, I ain't gonna roster no female, nothing like that. But I done got to the point where it's like you get to fight with whoever, and then 30 minutes later they need you. Like need you. Like, hey, pull up. I'm gonna set that feeling to the side right now.
That's right.
You feel what I'm saying? Because I gotta make sure you're straight.
That's right.
Afterwards, I'm probably cut your ass out.
Still gonna cut you out again. Now you done got me this dumb ass shit.
I done told this nigga. I was like, I don't care what go on. We in it together.
Yeah, man.
Even if you gotta cuss me out while we beating the motherfuckers up, just do what you gotta do. You're on my side. You my family. Beat these motherfuckers up. Cuss me out later, nigga. I can say I'm wrong later. I can say I'm wrong later.
Get in the car, hey, bro. So,
Yeah.
so why did I have to beat them white boys up?
It doesn't matter.
White boys, black boys, Mexicans, I don't care, whatever. Why did I have to beat them up again?
Because it's something you did.
Because what did you do?
No, they did to me.
No.
Why it couldn't be what they did to me?
I know you. And it probably wasn't something that big. So what was it?
What do you mean?
Did they fuck up your food and you threatened to kick their ass and they came from around the
And
corner?
they bucked on your ass.
That's what happened?
Hold on.
Because if that's what happened, I'm about to beat your ass real quick.
I threw the chair.
Hold up. This nigga said something as simple as they won't fuck up your food.
Now look, with that right there, listen.
I have the police called on me for somebody fucking up my food. I have had the police called on me, and I have been banned from an establishment because somebody fucked up my food and I wilded out. I do apologize.
Fight. No, so you got me over here whooping people ass for no damn reason because you couldn't just tell them, hey man, take the shit back and fix it.
I did, but they didn't want to. No, I did. Hey, I did. At first it was not that. I only got one time to say it.
No, because he was already irritated when he got his food that was fucked up. He had already given him the head shake and he was already frustrated. It was not polite. I can tell you that right now.
At the same time, though, progressing forward, it's also important for you, because I have these conversations with people now too. Like, if I fuck with you, boy, don't get me in those, like, don't just, because when you call your niggas or you call your homegirls or whatever you call it, like, they coming. So, like, you know, when I was still in prison, we had to tell our brothers all the time, like, bro, don't, like, nigga, we trying to make it home. Bro. So at the end of the day, don't be putting me out there like my life don't matter. Because accidents happen. Yeah. One wrong hit, one wrong stab, one wrong straight bullet, anything, and niggas out of here. Yeah, so don't be out there like I ain't worth nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely not. It's always gonna be a reason. It's always gonna be.
It
ain't gonna be my food, nigga. Ain't gonna be my food. That's all on me, myself, and I. So they ain't gotta worry about the food today. Funny you said that, baby.
Knock that shit out.
Then we definitely go to jail. Y'all beat your ass. But yeah. But no, it ain't even about that. Ask some questions.
Nah, they like coming in on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so bro, it's very important, bro. You said that correctly, man.
Yeah, they don't really understand. People are in your life for a reason. There's a reason why people come and go. Friendships are always lost and new friendships begin.
Right. Like, some folks were meant to come into your life to come and go. They wasn't meant to stay. And that be the problem with folks. You still trying to hold on to people that God been said they were supposed to be gone.
For a season, for a reason.
Like, he can't even bless you with what the shit that's gonna make you who you about to become, because it ain't meant for them to be part of that. You feel what I'm saying? So folks gotta get good. You gotta get good at letting shit go, man. I don't give a fuck who it is. Who it is, for real, because if it's not
family, whatever, business partner, anything.
If it's not helping you grow or motivating you to where you want to go some more, that shit help you up.
Don't let them sink the ship. Do not let nobody sink the ship in your life. You are the captain in your life, of your life.
Yeah, you're gonna do that.
Like,
now, whether or not you're a good captain is a whole other story. And being real with the fact of, hey, look, I need to be first mate, because I'm just not the one supposed to be behind the wheel. You feel what I'm saying? Some folks can't even do that. You gotta be real with yourself.
That's a big one right there.
Yeah.
That's a real big one. If you got somebody that came into your life and they came into your life for a purpose, and you can't let them serve that purpose that they came into your life for, baby, they gonna exit stage left, and then you gonna miss out on the opportunity. I promise you.
Yeah. But that shit happen all the time, boy. You ain't never notice folks all the time, they saying,
talk themselves out of blessings all the time.
I asked God to protect me from my enemies. Next thing you know, I started losing friends. Or people you thought was friends.
Oh, and you wonder why.
Yeah. And now your life is so much better now.
Oh, but
the gray hairs ain't popping up as fast as they was before. Look.
The problem is you haven't learned how to be by yourself and with yourself, for yourself. So you call up the same folk who God keeps trying to eliminate from your life because you don't know how to be by yourself, with yourself, and for yourself. Like, be by yourself, talk to yourself, be around yourself, get to know yourself.
I think that comes out of fear, though. A lot of them. What you talked about, we touched about before.
Yeah, definitely fear.
It's fear. Like,
hey, let me tell you something.
You got to be comfortable with that type of shit. You got to be comfortable with the fact that first you have to know that, like, I think best by myself, or I think you have to feel like there's a benefit to being by yourself.
At the point where you say, Lord, protect me from my enemies, and you start losing friends, you should be scared of them.
Yeah, for sure.
It should be no more conversation.
No, ain't no more fear because God did what I want.
But my thing is,
my
thing is the conversation, how you calling them back. Why call them back if you know the Lord is eliminating? He's eliminating my enemies. He's one or two or
Some
you know,
friendships don't need to be mended.
right.
Some
So it's
friendships
like,
don't need to be mended.
why am I continuing to call these people knowing that they're not meant to be in my life? Why am I that scared to where I can't eliminate the people who God said not supposed to be here? Like, nah, that's crazy. That's insane.
But you gonna learn one way or another. Sometimes it'll be too late. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you done had opportunity after, you done lost opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. Now no more opportunity coming your way because God done blessed everybody else with it. You weren't ready for it, so He gave it to somebody else.
There you go.
You feel what I'm saying? Now you mad. What you mad for?
You stood in your own way.
It's cool though.
You stood in your own way because you didn't want to change your roster.
Exactly.
Which is crazy. Or be like me and not even have a roster. Fuck a roster. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you find one, you feel me? It's just the way it is.
I mean, but once you get your family, you don't have a roster.
Exactly.
But you got to work that roster until you get your family.
I'm talking about relationship wise, intimate wise. I ain't got no intimate roster.
Why always got to be relationship wise?
No, I'm just touching on that point because y'all went to talk about relationships and this and that. So I was just stressing that for the audience. That Obama for mankind ain't got
said it about 5 times already.
He
Said it about 5 times in an hour.
I think I understand that.
I just want to let you know. He like, I just want to let you know I am a one-woman man, okay? That's what he wants everybody to know.
smoke 50 blunts.
Actually, I only smoked one.
Nah, we good. But I mean, shoot.
Yeah,
This is what it is.
he said he is a one-woman man.
Yeah.
No, that's what he
Yeah.
Obama.
One at a
For one
time,
woman.
he ain't no smile.
One
That's what he
woman,
said.
But yeah.
Hell no.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us for the show. It's a little shorter than expected.
Oh, nah, fuck all that. Peace. I see y'all on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for popping in to 2 cents on a dollar. Next time I'm having theme music. Up there, I don't give a fuck what none of that, what they got to say.
Don't worry about
I'm having theme
Blended minds in the building.
Taylor, you missed it. Where the fuck was you at?
Yeah.
Request, chime in. We got a couple more minutes.
Because I know your ass.
Chime in. Request the line.
Somebody wanna
He
keep
said, you
us
know you got
on.
something to say. Request the line. Let's go.
Oh my.
Taylor said, hell no, I'm off.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
So anyway, yeah, welcome. I mean, thank y'all for chiming in to 2 cents on a dollar. We will see y'all Tuesday, 7 p.m. Yeah, and I'm having theme music. Just know that.
No, she's
Because
not.
I don't care what they have
No,
to say.
bye.
Y'all not even here on time. I'm having theme music.
I don't want to hear things.
Whatever. Look, he's talking about who ain't here
I'm
on
here on
time.
time also.
He's talking about who ain't here on time. Anyways, I'm having theme music. Peace.
Good night, y'all.
Man.